sunny, this platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mo. Every time I'm gone, I get a no. Tryna leave me alone, no. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but
first open. Two, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Set to go from Detroit as Matt Prater approaches and booms it away. Fielded about a yard deep. First down, Mayfield. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hurry up, get set. Four down, zebra.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 31 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Cleveland Browns coming back on offense. That gives us a chance to look back at their victory again from last week. They had gone 635 days without a win.
What? Hold on a second. How many days?
635. but now, you know, after this 3-game stretch they've had, they're 1-1-1. They could be 3-0. People are saying, geez, Charles, why can't they win 7, 8, 9 games?
Yeah, and I think that's a legitimate question. And I also think it's one that the Browns will talk about behind closed doors, but we won't hear it out in public. There's a quiet confidence starting to build with this team, and it's happened over the last couple of years, even though they had the lousy year last season. The drafting got better, the pickups in free agency. They just feel good about who they are, and let us not forget, drafting Baker Mayfield at number 1, there's something about him. He has that it factor, and Cleveland's starting to follow.
Mayfield to throw it, and this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback, He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Theo Riddick taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Gone! 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 Gone!
A first down throw for Mayfield. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Leopard! Leopard!
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. You know, CD, Carlos Hyde, he will not forget August 20th. 98 yards rushing in that game last week, 2 touchdowns, 1 win for the Browns. But most importantly, a baby boy was born, his son.
So let's applaud the fact that Carlos Jr. arrived. But let's also applaud Carlos Jr.'s timing, because he waited for Dad to have that performance and was born after that. Dad left the stadium, got to the hospital, and was there when Jr. got there. And don't forget, Thursday, that day, was Carlos Sr.'s birthday. He was 28 that day. So you mash it all together. A monster day for him. And guess what? If I were Oakland next week, I'd be really worried. He might be a little short sleep, and he's going to run angry.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now Mayfield. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guy. Will get the football back. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Let's go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, go here! Hey, give me the radar. Light.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
40 gut. 40 gut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Stafford now to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Taylor, his throw incomplete. The former Pro Bowler Glover Quinn there making the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down. I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down. Here
we go on 4th down with Taylor. And it is Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin first and goal already at the 5-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over first and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now Taylor on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They go play action with Taylor. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And Taylor cannot escape. He goes down to the end zone. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. On the return, it's Tate. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They go play action here on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Matthew Stafford with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Now Prater to add the PAT. Extra point good by Prater. And the rout is on here in this first half. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Browns getting set to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Browns on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Taylor to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We're rolling. 21.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Let's go, defense.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Slow.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Taylor. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Play action. Stafford. And that's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
21.
So they will go for it. Stafford. And Tate's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
22. Jumble, set.
Now Riddick. Finding some room at midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back 54. Jumble. Zero. Check 26. Check 3. Back 55. 21.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Here's Stafford. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Let's get off the field.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got room. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Pass across the 20. Touchdown, Detroit, as his guys are in for 6. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor now to throw again. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Stanford. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Stanford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tease Tabor. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before. And right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
10.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down.
10.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kerry Hyder able to drop him for a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On second down, Hyde. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
They go play action now, Taylor. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Taylor throwing again. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long, it's Taylor. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And got his man complete. The 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry taking it in. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching them. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now it's Taylor. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right. They've had no room to breathe. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
On third down, Taylor. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Play action. Now Taylor sliding out of the pocket. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Play action. It's Taylor. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his third pick of the game. Instead, it's third down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Christian Jones in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. And my goodness, another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Landry the intended target. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Golden Tate. Hey, 32 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater on to add the extra point. Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
Slow. Slow.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now Taylor on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Taylor will throw. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Taylor. Going to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Taylor to throw. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Now Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Prater to add the PAT. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets a blitz coming, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On third down, Taylor. And now here is another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And now running right through it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Back to the air, Taylor after the pick six. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game, and my goodness, another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the third time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And brought down him, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards for number 11. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick again.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying.
We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And now here's another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Throwing here, Stafford. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
To return, it's Peppers. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And this will be taken at the 13. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 39 that time.
Hey, 22!
Stafford going to throw it. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. And now did he step out of the end zone? Yes, he did. The referee says he stepped out, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
After the safety to give up the football, and here's the free kick. So that one will be accepted. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 21. Check the backer.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cat.